Welcome back to season 2 of Lifting the Lid. We are back by popular demand, guys. And I'm here with my co-hosts, Seran and Lucy.
Hey.
Hello. Feels really weird, but good.
I feel a bit nervous.
Same.
I don't
Obviously,
know.
I'm scared.
I don't know what to say.
Naturally, Seran is still scared.
Yeah, still. A year on.
Yeah, literally nearly a whole year on. How many days has it been? Many days.
365s in a year.
Well, I think we were planning
Thank you.
we were planning to come back sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the year just ran away with us.
When we're recording this, it is now September, which is quite alarming to me because it was March yesterday.
It is Q4.
Yeah.
Q4.
No, it's not.
Well, no, it's not. It's Q3 at the end of Q3.
Q3.
Q4's in October.
It's Q4 in October
When this comes out.
when this comes out.
Yeah, I'm scared for that.
I'm alone, afraid, and scared.
But we're not alone, guys. We're in it together.
We're
Yes.
all in this together.
We are.
And with all of our new people.
Team
I was going to say
members.
employees. They're not my employees. They're yours.
There's so many of us now. It's actually crazy. When I walk
know.
into the office sometimes, I'm like, it was 3 of us in a cafe 5 minutes ago.
No, legit.
And now there's 7 of us.
No, but also you just mentioned something that we haven't discussed yet. It's literally been 2 seconds. The office.
Oh, yeah.
We had a period of being office homeless,
Of course,
which was quite frankly quite distressing.
as always.
Took 30 days, but we found now what is our home.
I love it.
Boutique workplace company.
We love you.
We love you.
It's so cute. It's so pink. It's so girly. It's so ours. And me, the hater of the office, I'm actually enjoying going into the office regularly now.
Are you? That's
you?
nice. I wouldn't have said you were a hater of the office.
No.
I'd say you were pro office.
Yeah.
I'm much more productive at home
Me
because I
too.
don't talk to anyone. It feels very TBH.
Yes.
It does. We
Yeah.
Boutique Workplace Company have let us get everything up, customize it. We've got the TBH pink neon sign on the wall. We've got cute little cushions.
My dad came and fitted some shelves.
which was so nice of him. I think we said this on the last podcast. We called our last office the crash.
Yeah.
Because they basically, the people we were sharing our office with, they found it quite bizarre that we had Stanley Cups and toys and all this sort of stuff on our
Toys
desk.
being Sonic Angels.
Sonic Angels,
Just for
yeah.
context.
Yeah. So they called us the crash, and basically we've decided, because we've upgraded, we've gone up to the next year, it now means that our office is the nursery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that
absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. What does it become next?
But what- isn't it-
reception?
Preschool.
Preschool.
Or is
Isn't
that
it-
the same thing? I think that's
that's
just
the
an
same,
American
yeah.
version of
Isn't
nursery.
a crash, though, where you drop your kids off at the gym?
Yeah.
Is that not a crash?
That's a nursery. A crash is just another word for a nursery.
Okay,
so
so
maybe we're
maybe-
in reception class.
Oh, yes.
We're in
Like
FS1.
we're
what
going
it's
to school for
Yeah.
half a day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, in the mornings or the afternoon. Which slot
Yeah.
are we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
And when we have an office with a boardroom and private meeting rooms in there, then we're in reception.
No, we're in primary school.
Primary school.
You're in
Oh, yeah.
we're in just
Oh, yeah.
primary school.
And when we have a whole building, we're in secondary school.
Yeah. And then
Yes.
what's university? That's
Above and
Maybe
beyond.
that's what L'Oreal have. It's they've got that.
Headquarters.
and they've got a gym. We've got a gym, we've got a swimming pool, we've got basketball courts. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
uni.
mean, we have gardens at the moment,
Absolutely.
which
We
is
do.
Yeah.
lovely. We have a gym.
True,
We
yeah.
actually have a gym
Well,
in King's Cross.
I wasn't familiar with that.
We
I
do.
mean, I'm not living in London, so I don't know.
You
But
need to keep up with my LinkedIn post
yes,
because I talk about
apologies.
office on that.
Apologies.
No,
Lucy gets notified
I
every
get
time.
notified every
Really?
time. Respectfully, I don't care that much.
Oh, I thought you might have turned them on. I was like, maybe I should do that.
Yeah, no, I haven't. But yeah, we love the new office. It's the best. And the best thing about the new office is it's filled with new, lovely team members, which is so nice.
So nice.
There's now, 7 of us? 10 of us? I forget. 7.
Well, the
Full
reason
time.
it's confusing is because there's with
Freelancers.
everyone, freelancers, there's 10.
double
10 of us.
digits.
Yeah.
That's big.
It is
is.
actually. At what point do we stop becoming a small business?
I think we still count as I think when you're 40 plus, you're not a small business anymore.
What?
So we just need to quadruple.
Whoa.
Honestly, at this rate, we could.
Okay, so I realise we have been massively yapping on, which is a kind of tradition on this podcast, I would say. But let me do a little bit of an introduction. So if you are new here, my name is Verity. I'm founder of TBH Talent, which is a 360 talent management company, and we represent loads of different lifestyle creators who have something to say. And then Seran and Lucy are talent managers here at TBH. And Lifting the Lid is our podcast where we democratize knowledge in the influencer space, we stop the gatekeeping, and we talk openly and honestly about everything that's going on. Pretty much like we're kind of doing it this series or this season, so we're kind of talking about things as they're happening, as they're coming out.
Yeah.
this is the place to be if you are interested in the influencer space, if you want to work in the influencer space, make sure to hit subscribe or follow.
So we have a pseudonym for our creators, or if we're speaking about creators that write in and want advice from us, we call them Sonias. So if we're ever referring to a Sonia, that is a creator.
It is not someone on our roster.
No.
Which people did think in the last season.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So I feel like we need to rewind to where we were when we finished season 1, which honestly feels like a lifetime ago. And I think we'd all agree we're happy that it feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
We were just talking with producer Sophia before this about the fact we were kind of in the pits in that last Christmas episode.
I cried.
You did.
There were tears shed.
And there were a lot of tears shed around that Q4 season. It was
Yeah.
definitely an emotional roller coaster in a lot of ways. And I think the three of us didn't maybe quite realize how hard it was until we were out the other side in the new year.
Yeah. I think that's always the way though, right? Like when you're going through something, especially when something's so hard, and like with how fast paced our jobs are, like you just have to keep going.
Yeah.
And I think we were just like, we had tunnel vision and we just needed to get to the end. And we did. Like, I'm
Yeah.
really proud of us all. Like,
Yeah.
we
Me
smashed it.
too.
I'm so proud of us. I think the thing is we needed to have time to step back and also we needed to make some big changes, really. And we did. And I feel like, I don't want to say this really because I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like we're in a very good position right now.
Just
Touch all
touching
the wood.
wood.
But
That
no,
was the
I
first
agree.
touch.
Plant.
I agree.
That is word.
Because I feel like we made some like tricky, hard to make decisions
Yeah.
executed. And I feel like even coming back in the sort of Q1 time, there was big changes, lots of differences.
Yeah.
And
Even till recently, like we've made a big change recently, closing our non-exclusive roster. Like
Yeah.
that was really scary, but it's as a new business, like all of these things have let us evolve and let us get to this point where we can now sit and say, I think we're in a quite good place right now.
Yeah.
And I
Feels
think
good.
with that, it was like the non-exclusive roster took up so much time and energy and resource, and always kind of the whole point of this podcast is to democratize knowledge in the influencer space. It's always been our mission, and it's always been the mission that everyone at TBH is on. But I think it's that thing around if you are constantly letting new things into the business and not letting things out, you're unable to really make the most and kind of have the biggest impact.
Yeah.
And I think whilst it was really scary to kind of drop the thing that we started out with, which was the non-exclusive roster, the subscription education, I feel really excited that we're now in a place where we can offer so much of that education for free, not
Yeah.
behind a paywall. Even things like this podcast, my Substack, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, everything that we're doing, like it's still on that mission, but it's now just for free.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that we're able to do that. We weren't able to, like, I wasn't able to do that when we first started, but now we're a much bigger team. We're way better resourced. And I think it's all part of the kind of journey. So in the spirit of lifting the lid, should we get into our first topic?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Now, this one, we are a little bit late on. I'm not going to lie, we are a little bit late. We want to talk about the Brit Crew documentary.
So good.
If you listen to season 1, you will know. I'd say I'm like the hyper fangirl.
Yeah.
You're quite a fangirl. You would just not.
Yeah.
When I tell you this documentary coming out was, I think it was my Roman Empire's the wrong phrase. What was it? Don't know.
Major life, major year.
Major
Yeah.
life moment.
Major life moment. I was by the pool on holiday in Mallorca with my iPad, my cap on, and my headphones in.
Perfect
Locked
time for it to
in.
come out for you, to be fair.
Honestly, I was
On
locked
holes.
in by the pool. My parents tried to speak to me. I was like, no, I'm busy. You can't speak to me now. But I just think it's so interesting. And I think there's a few different things we can talk about this, like the whole wave of OG creators versus, not as in meaning they're in battle with, the new wave of creators and how those OG creators, how they're working to, I guess, stay relevant in the fast-paced short form content world. And I think the Brit Crew documentary did such a good job of getting people's names back in people's heads. Like, I'm sure there's people who watched that, who, like me, watched Jim Chapman and Tanya Burr when they were together, when we were like 13, who maybe haven't watched them again and then saw that documentary, saw Jim, maybe refollowed him, found that he's now married and with kids and doing really well. And I think for a lot of the creators, they would have maybe had people rediscover them that haven't watch their content for a while, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's so nice. I had that with, I actually thought Naomi Smart came across so well.
did.
Like,
Agree.
I stopped following her, like, for whatever reason. I just kind of like, she just fell off my algorithm. But I'm like such a fan of hers
Back
now.
in.
Yeah, like, I think she's really cute. And I thought she just, like, obviously had so much love for that time of her life. And she felt like she was, like, rekindling it with it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it felt like a nice.
Yeah. And they were all pioneers. Like, they were literally
Yeah.
pioneers of this space. Like, when it was Jack's Gap, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, they were OG of the OGs. Like, it's crazy.
I feel like everyone could relate to that. Just talking about Naomi Smart, I feel like everyone could relate to that moment where she talks about nostalgia. And I thought it was so sweet how she was like, I just feel things really deeply. And I think that was what was so lovely about that moment. It felt like it felt really vulnerable, but also really honest, and also something that everyone could relate to.
Yeah. And I think also it was interesting to hear creators like Jack Harry's talking about how he grew out of YouTube for a while and content creating, and it wasn't the right path for him, and seeing how he's taken that skill and that love in a different direction, and he's doing something completely different to what he was doing back then. Because I think for creators, there can often be a lot of pressure to keep doing what you're doing if that's what's doing well. I remember hearing Louise Pentland talk about it maybe in one of her vlogs, where she was saying, and obviously, as you know, we're big Louise Pentland fans on this podcast.
Icon.
And she was talking about the fact that her videos got less views now, but realistically, she's a mother, a wife. She doesn't want to be making videos with her friends where she's being slapped in the face with ham. And that's the content that did well then. But like, it has to change. And if that means your views change, that's okay.
Yeah. I also think a lot of the platforms have a real focus on democratizing it, making sure that smaller creators are kind of prioritizing the algorithm. I know YouTube said recently that a big focus for them was prioritizing smaller, under 10K female creators.
Yeah.
That's a great thing because it means that more people can enter the industry, more people, we can see more people's perspectives. Yeah. I think one of the interesting things about that era of creators, but also like just creators in general, is when they start out, a lot of what people love them for is their relatability and authenticity. But ultimately, as they become more and more successful in their creator careers, they then become less and less relatable. And battling that is something that creators have to kind of go between, which is really tricky. And it's a really fine line to walk.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, someone like Zoella, Zoe Stark, like, I've watched her content since I was 13, 14. Like, I'm now 26 and I'm still love her content. I feel like I've grown up with her. Like, I just love everything that she does. And I think she's done an incredible job of remaining really relatable as her platform has grown. But she was saying in her most recent vlog, which actually made me quite sad, she was saying that she sometimes worries that she doesn't have a space on the internet anymore. And I just thought, for such a iconic creator to be feeling that way, it made me really sad. I wanted to be like, no, you do have space. Please keep posting. Like, I can't not have your videos. But I thought it was also really interesting that even you can have 10 million subscribers and still feel unsure about your place in the industry as much as people who have 5,000 followers do.
I think it's all a purpose thing, because I think and then we see this in so many creators. They go through phases of really feeling like they have a purpose and posting loads about that and feeling really invigorated by posting, and then having moments where actually there's a lot of compare and despair going on, and they're looking at other people who are doing similar things and they're thinking, actually, maybe what I'm creating isn't good enough, and therefore I need to... You kind of go into a flux and you're like, I don't want to create anymore because I don't have any creativity, because I am looking at everyone else and comparing to myself to what they're doing, and it's about finding that purpose again.
I would literally be brokenhearted if she stopped posting.
Yeah, she'd break the internet for sure.
100%.
I think you're right though. Like, it's about finding your why, like recapping that. And because like you said, like, I'm sure so many creators would be able to relate to what Zoe was saying of like, I don't know what my place is anymore. And I think it's so, I guess also like empowering that she even put that out and put that online, because she could have so easily not shared that and just carried on just like churning out vlogs. But I guess hopefully this means that she'll be able to like either take a break or find her passion again.
Did we see, though, that our queen Louise Pentland was on GK Barry's tour? I thought that was so cool, and like the ultimate joining of like OG creator and like new wave creator, and I just thought it was such a nice moment, and I love their personalities together. I just think they're hilarious.
And also Louise Pentland on How Very Hannah.
Yes, very true.
Hannah Lowther and Louise Pentland and Darcy.
Oh my gosh, guys, I met Baby Glitter. That is my biggest update. It was the best day of my life. No, they are honestly just like such gorgeous humans. And it's really cool to see Darcy coming into the creator space as well. Like she's grown up with it. She's creating content now. Yeah, it was so cool having them on How Very Hannah. And I just think, yeah, Louise is such a great example, I think, of a creator who is embracing this new change and not feeling resistant to it. And she's really, you know, throwing herself into the creator world as it is today and not needing to live in what it was in 2010.
100%. I think that is something that I really have noticed back in the day when there's all these new platforms emerging and there's all these new talent emerging, and you're talking to creators about, okay, how do we get on X platform? How do we get on Y platform? And it's the creators that are resistant to the change that ultimately do fall behind because you need to evolve. You need to, it's like any business, right? You need to constantly be evolving. You need to constantly be looking at the next thing. And I do think that this is the era of creators needing to see themselves as business owners, needing to really think strategically about what they're doing, keep pivoting, keep changing, and keep moving with the times.
Yeah, and be willing to like fail at it almost. Like be willing to try something, it not work, pivot, try something else. And I think the reason why Louise Pentland is absolutely smashing it is because you can tell that everything's so authentic to her. Like she's obviously changed so much, but at her core, like she's the same woman who we all like loved back in the day as well. And like, it's just really nice to see. We can't speak about the Brit Crew without speaking about something that I feel like this broke the internet in 2025, I fear.
Absolutely.
Like this was the biggest news ever. I put it in the group chat literally at like 7:30 in the morning. I was like, oh my God, Nick Chapman revealing the tea about the dog, Martha.
About the hound.
Where is the hound?
I've waited for this answer for like
Honestly.
10 years. But what? I don't know. It was quite anticlimactic.
Well, yeah. It's kind of what like I feel like everyone low-key knew, but also confused as to why it was gatekept for so long.
No, I disagree. Like, I actually think Jim Chapman is so cute. Like, he's precious. I'm like the fact that I loved that his reasoning was it's not fair for him to give that information out when actually it was their shared dog. And I think I get that. And I think that's really respectful.
Yeah,
I do.
Respectful king.
And I actually still love them both. I still watch both Jim and Tanya. But I feel like it was made into a big storm that wasn't required. But maybe it was a plea to keep their names in people's mouths, wondering where the hound is. Obviously not true at all. That's not the case. Cut that out, actually.
It helps because everyone was talking about that hound. Like if you went on either of their videos, like often it would be, where's the hound, where's the hound? And like
Louise Pentland did a live once.
God,
and
yeah.
she literally said in it, someone had commented like, do you know where Martha is? And she was like, oh, Martha, as in Jim and Tanya's dog. Yeah, where's the hound? Like on a live. And I thought it was the most like iconic thing ever. But I'm glad Martha's alive and well.
Question. Okay, so we've spoken a lot about OG creators and staying relevant. I think it'd be good to get a tip from everyone or an answer from everyone about one thing OG creators can do to stay relevant. So talk to me about that. What would your top tips be?
I think my number one piece of advice would be, it sounds silly, but make sure to do everything at the right time. Don't feel like because your content is blowing up that you have to do everything right at the beginning of your career, or don't feel like because your friend has launched a podcast that you need to launch a podcast, or because they've written a book, you need to write a book. Have a strategy or speak with your manager about building a strategy of how you can make this sustainable. You need to find the right moments to do things so you're not just doing things for the sake of it.
Mine would be like for creators that I guess already have a big platform to stay relevant, it would be for them to stay curious. I feel like if you have had a platform for a while, you can kind of sit back. You could sit back and be like, I know everything I need to know about the space. I know everything I need to know about Instagram. I know everything I need to know about TikTok, and not explore other avenues, like sign up to newsletters, like keep learning, especially if you don't have management, like find out what new things Meta are bringing out, how you can make the algorithm work in the best way for you. I feel like staying curious is such an important thing, and it means that you can keep evolving with what's going on.
You need to really want to do whatever you want to do. Like writing a book isn't easy. It's something that everyone wants to do, but it really, really like pulls energy out of you. It's a really big task. And if you do it to the standard that you want to do it, you need to consider how that's going to fit in your wider schedule. I feel like creator burnout is real.
Yeah.
You cannot build a sustainable business if you're burning out. I feel like that is similar to what you're saying.
Yeah.
But slightly different in that, like, you don't want to kind of oversaturate your audience either. So it's managing oversaturating your audience with not burning yourself out and with continuing to experiment and use a team, like use your team.
Yeah.
Speak to your team. You're not doing it alone. Obviously, in some cases you might be. If you are doing it alone, read things, speak to creators about things.
Listen to our podcast.
Absolutely.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
I am you too.
Though we are far apart.
I don't know the next line.
Okay, so we've come up with the challenge of giving ourselves a different jingle every week for this section.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
We're gonna lift the lid and answer your questions. La 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 la.
I know that's so embarrassing.
so stupid.
I think
hate
it's quite
it.
good. Every week, obviously, we are going to answer your questions, lift the lid on the industry, and send your questions in for us because we're here for
Yeah,
you.
make them juicy.
So we have been saving these questions in our DMs since last season. So
sorry for the delay.
Yeah,
sorry for the 9-month delay. Whoops. Ooh, interesting. This is very similar to the things we've already been discussing a little bit. Do influencers' careers have a time limit? Do I need to be stressed if my views and followers have started dropping off after growing consistently for so long?
On the second part, you definitely don't need to be stressed. I almost think it's a good thing to shed followers. And I genuinely believe this. And I know as a creator, it's so hard to see numbers going down, but you are better to shed those people who aren't engaging in your content and have a really, really engaged, active community than you are to have 10 million subscribers and only 1,000 people watching your videos. So on that second part, I really don't think that's a bad thing at all.
Also, like on that same note, like you might be losing followers because you've evolved, like your content style's evolved. Like you don't want to be keeping people, like Lucy said, who aren't engaged. Like it's a good thing to evolve and grow. And I guess that kind of leans into, do creators' careers have a timeline? I guess it's so personal. Like in theory, every creator could be like, I'm going to stop making content. But really, if you want to keep creating content and that's what you love doing, even if your follower number goes down, you can still keep going in that way.
Yeah.
Like,
and we definitely don't see a relation between talent who are losing followers and their income, revenue, etc. And sometimes you might have a month of losing, sometimes you might have a month of gaining.
Mm-hmm.
As you're kind of consistently changing the content that you're creating, you'll be reaching different people, you'll be losing some people. It's nothing to be worried about. It's just more about your consistency in your evolution.
it's like how you're able to just like keep going despite seeing those numbers go down. I know it's so easy for us all to sit here and be like, it's fine, don't worry. Because I can imagine looking at the stats, you might be freaking out, and that's so normal. But I do think it's about being resilient and being like, I'm actually happy with the content I'm creating. Like if you are, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And keeping going and being consistent is the key.
Yeah.
And sometimes creators, if you're feeling a little bit like you've got lack of creativity, sometimes we suggest creators take a week off, a week away, not looking at their phone, not looking at content.
Yeah.
Because it's in that space where if you go for a walk and you don't listen to a podcast, that ideas actually come to you, where your brain has a chance to be bored. And I think with the way that we constantly are checking things, you know, on our phones, doing something, our brain is constantly busy. We don't get that space for creativity to come through. The next question is, oh, this is a good one, a juicy one, as we like.
Ooh.
Do brands ever blacklist people, creators or managers?
I feel like as an agency, we've not yet experienced this within the agency, but I've definitely heard stories where this has happened. Yeah. The answer is yeah, and I feel like it's to do with keeping relationships warm, like not pissing brands off with like sending content really late, being respectful, not reselling like product that you get from brands. That's a big one that I feel like gets people blacklisted.
And I also just think we're living in a world where, let's be honest, there's so many creators and so many incredible creators. There's only so many brands and campaigns to work on. Like, if you're particularly difficult to work with, or I hate to say it, if your manager's particularly difficult to work with, why is the brand going to bother fighting and fighting and fighting to work with you when they can make their life easier, work with someone else who's equally amazing and have a lovely experience?
It's probably also worth saying at this point that we might blacklist agencies and brands where
If you don't pay us on time.
if you don't pay us on time, or if you're particularly difficult to work with, and creators do as well, because if they've had an awful experience working with an agency or a brand, it's the same thing. So I think always be conscious of how you're presenting yourself when you're working with brands, when you're working with agencies, when you're showing up for your manager, because I think also if content is delivered late, if you're not good to work with on set, for example, it will have an impact.
Yeah.
And it's not worth it, because one agency that you work with might work with 10 brands that you want to work with.
And also people move around. Like Joe Blogs that works at X agency might move to somewhere else and be like, I hated working with Sonia.
And they might work on your dream brand now.
Exactly. Like, it is people first, and it is so important to keep relationships sweet and like just be a nice person.
Something I want to talk about off the back of that is AI and human relationships, or versus human relationships. I think this is where that human element is vital, because I think people relate to people. People like working with people. If you're just sending back AI responses to people rather than picking up the phone, which is such a massive part of what we do, then naturally it's going to feel like you're less easy to work with. I think provided you are using AI to respond quicker, be more efficient, and get through your workload in the most efficient possible way, then great. But ultimately, the manager relationship is a relationship over the phone in real life. That's where you get the best results. On that note, I have noticed a few agencies, I don't know if you guys have noticed
Sending
this.
AI bot emails. Oh my gosh, there's one in particular. Every time, can we say it and bleep it?
Should we all say it at the same time, and if it's right?
I'm intrigued.
3, 2, 1.
It's the outreach email all the time that comes through.
And then I end up speaking to a person who's not a person, I swear on my life.
No, it's definitely not.
It's definitely a bot.
Do you think it's not? I thought it was sus.
can't be.
No, it's giving bot because it's also asking me dumb questions.
Yeah, it doesn't understand.
No.
Questions don't make sense.
No way.
I'm like, you're not understanding what I'm saying. And also, the original email's weird.
And they would have the money to do that.
Yeah,
Of
they'd be
course,
testing
they would
it.
have it.
They've
Yeah,
got
you're
rid
so
of
right.
loads of team members, so they need the bots.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I bet you the bot is particularly, like, it's specifically used for
Blanket
outreach,
Blanket
everything.
outreach, which is their strategy. And it's so annoying.
It's so annoying.
Like, I don't want to work with a bot.
No.
I'm sorry. Like,
especially if they're going to ask stupid questions.
yeah, be a clever bot.
Yeah.
Come on.
Clever bot. Yeah,
The thing
needs
is,
more
I'm sure
practice.
the bot will get there, but it's like,
Don't send it
Well,
to me
it's-
if it's not clever yet.
well,
yeah,
it's
maybe make it clever
frustrating.
first.
Yeah, make it clever internally.
It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
And like, I've had so many experiences where people, like, I've had one experience where somebody sent me,
This is so
it's so bad, where somebody sent me an email and like it was so ChatGPT coded, but they'd kept the subject colon, blah, 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 and they put it in the body. And it was like, hi, Seran, but I had subject at the top. And I was like, oh my God, every single email this person sent me had that. And I was like, this is insane. I am speaking to somebody who was just going, someone sent me this on into
Respond.
ChatGPT, respond, and it's just copying and pasting it. And I was like, this is so stupid. Like, so
and that
stupid.
doesn't make you want to work hard for them and like
Yeah, and it was actually a person.
What's
Like,
the
this wasn't a
point?
bot. This was a person who just CBA. And I was like, this is bad.
can
vibes.
we have we'll bleep it, but the agency.
that person I fear needs to be sacked.
See, this is the thing, like AI just will need to be operated by a person so you can get on the phone and make things happen
Yeah.
quickly. A good manager will do is like, I just thinking of an example the other day with Sonia and something, how do I anonymize this? Okay, I can't say the specific scenario because
No.
it's too obvious and we can't anonymize it. So sorry, everyone listening. But the point is, creators or a good manager will come up with alternative solutions which aren't just to do with the situation. How am I going to explain this? So like if a talent has lots of different things going on in their wider sphere, the manager will pick things that brands can do to help them if that brand wants a free piece of content. So that's something that AI couldn't do.
Yeah, I
they
think
don't
it's-
have context.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's context, and it's like everything is a case by case basis. Like we are so is processized. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Processized.
Yeah.
I don't know
We
what
can
the word
never
is.
get that word right.
We have
can
lots of processes. We have lots of templates. We have lots of like, if you do this, follow this step by step, do this, do this, do this. But all of it is caveated with take all of this on a case by case basis because you can train AI, you can train team members to work on processes and do things exactly the TBH way. But no two situations are identical. Everything has nuance. You have to consider the person you're speaking to. Have you got a good relationship with the brand? Is there historically a bad relationship with the brand? Is the creator stressed? What's the creator got on their plate? How are you going to manage that situation? And I think that's something that's so important and can't be taught into a robot.
No, you can't.
Okay, we don't have time for another one. Sophia producer. Producer Sophia is screaming at us saying that we're at 50 minutes. We're getting told off.
Yeah.
If you do have any questions, dilemmas, thoughts, feelings that you want to share with us for us to talk about on
Lifting the lid.
then
Yeah, that was
please,
quite flat.
yeah, that wasn't quite right, but yeah, next time. Then please put them in the comments. Follow us on @LiftingTheLidPod. Send us a comment on there or send us a DM on there, and we will come back to you on here.
And it won't take 9 months.
Yeah, promise.
It just feels so good to be back. And just to give you guys a bit of an insight into what we've got coming up on season 2, we are switching things up a bit. We've got some guests coming up. We've got lots of big topics that we want to discuss about the space.
One of the guests we've got coming up, I fear.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be so good. People aren't ready.
They're not ready.
Also,
I'm not ready.
We've not discussed the fact that we're in a new set. Like, how have we not
gosh.
discussed that?
And our new artwork.
Oh,
Yeah. So many things. Guys, we're going up in the world.
We've had a glow up.
We have. It's cute.
It's really cute. It's going to be a really exciting season. We can't wait to film it, and we can't wait to hopefully have you guys join us on the rest of it.
And this is one thing worth saying. We do have space for other guests. If there's someone who you think has a hot take on the creator space, who you want us to talk to, you want us to get a little chair for them, put them right here, let us know in the comments and we will try and make that happen for you. So that is the end of episode 1 of season 2 of Lifting the Lid.
Woo!
I always hear people saying this on podcasts and I'm a bit like, whatever, but genuinely it really, really helps if you do like and subscribe because it means we can keep getting better guests and improving the episodes and coming back every week.
You can also follow us on socials @LiftingTheLidPod for loads of behind the scenes and extra bonus clips.
And if you're listening to this podcast, you can actually watch our beautiful faces on Spotify or YouTube and see our beautiful new set.
So that's a wrap. We'll see you next week.
Bye!
Bye.